Sweet, clean, fresh air. There's nothing like it. You know how it makes you feel to step outside and take a big, deep breath? Everything is just so fresh. But what happens when you step back inside? We're not just talking about damp basements or litter box odors or saving money. We're talking about your family's health for a lifetime, because it's all related to indoor air quality, and that's what Easy Breathe is all about. This is indoor air consultant Mike Toth. Mike, you have some incredible statistics here.
I do, Robbie. Let me show you. You've probably said it to yourself 100 times. You know, kids never got as sick as much when I was little, or boy, I don't remember so many kids having asthma or allergies when I was a kid. And you know what? You'd be right. Because according to the EPA, we've seen a 700% increase in asthma and allergies over the past 15 years.
700%?
And there's a very simple yet somewhat disturbing reason why. Air quality inside homes today is a minimum 5 times worse than the air outside. And North Americans spend an average of 90% of their time indoors. And poor air quality is clearly linked to respiratory and other health-related issues. You see, the energy crisis of the 70s called for new building codes that allowed for decreased air movement per person per household, changing from 15 cubic feet of fresh air to just 3 cubic feet of fresh air circulation. That's not very much. Of course, we all got more energy and cost-efficient homes, but those tighter building practices and all that insulation and caulk and sealants have left us with a polluted, toxic indoor living environment.
The so-called sick home syndrome, where bacteria, viruses, dust mites, mold spores, and plain old stale air are all bottled up.
We add to that toxicity every day, showering, cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, vacuuming, using hairspray, nail polish, painting, and even petting the family dog. Not to mention all of the outdoor pollens and allergens that we bring indoors on our shoes and our clothing. Over time, it all accumulates within our homes to very unhealthy concentration levels. Indoor pollution with absolutely no means for escape.
Well, no wonder there's been a 500% increase in air freshener sales.
Yeah, but air fresheners don't address the problem. They only add to it.
More chemicals in the air.
Right. And air filters have to be cleaned, replaced, and maintained, or they can actually become hotspots for allergens.
What about those clean air machines and ionizers?
In fact, the EPA doesn't even recommend them for anybody. But Easy Breathe takes a completely different approach, a simple common sense approach. Easy Breathe removes the entire laundry list of indoor air pollutants, irritants, allergens, mold spores, dust mites, and excess moisture with whole house ventilation. By exchanging the stale air for fresh air, the atmosphere within the home becomes healthier and safer.
So Easy Breathe removes 85% of airborne particles, 98% of mold spores in a room, over 65% of mold spores throughout the house. You don't have to filter your air or scrub your air, ionize your air, or deodorize your air. All you have to do is change your air. And that's what Easy Breathe does so effectively.
When the humidifier or dehumidifier wasn't running, you would notice a musty smell in the basement. And that is gone completely now when the Easy Breathe runs. It just moves enough air through the house that it ventilates and takes that smell away completely. I think one of the things that I'm very comfortable with Easy Breathe now is that the fact that the house is well ventilated year-round. The fact that we've spent extra money to make the air quality better in the house. The fact that we've spent money to insulate the house, we've closed it up, but yet there is a good fresh air flow going through the house. The stale air that normally had settled and was in the basement at any time that you'd walk down there is now being ventilated out of the house. So it's just, it gives you a confident feeling. For such a small machine, it's quite fascinating how it can move the air so well. And I think the concept of it being down near the floor really serves it very well. It's moving that air low off the ground, it's moving it out, up high, and it just works very well. I'd give the Easy Breathe 5 out of 5 as far as its concept. The guys that came out to install it, very courteous. He was quick. It didn't take a lot of time to do the installation. He was very informative, you know, as far as any questions that I had about how the installation was going to be conducted. They knew what they were doing. That meant a lot to me. I couldn't ask for anything better.